Yes, you! If you like what you see, please hit the like, subscribe, share button, click the bell to all notifications on if you want to know every single time I upload. I play video games, I do funny videos, I am an absolute crazy ranting crazy person. Please share to Twitter, Facebook, Blogger. I still don't know what the crap Blogger is. And enjoy the video. We have some James Bond rumors to address. Hello everyone, I am Mecha Random 42, the one, the only, the original, your favorite YouTube consumer advocate, Harpy, and I will probably have to watch this James Bond movie, whether I want to or not, that is coming out, even though I've done countless videos, and I'll link them up here, on how woke and just disgusting it's going to be. Even Bond girls, former Bond girls, don't want the direction where they're rumored to be going with this one. We got some new rumors about who the next Bond might be, because we kind of know. Spoilers, James Bond's probably going to die in this movie. So first up, there's a couple of little rumors. There was an AI casting choice of Henry Cavill to be the next James Bond, but now he's been rumored to have 3 movies in the works over for Superman, so I think he's going to be a little bit busy. The one we're talking about is Tom Hardy will be cast, now rumored to be cast as the new James Bond in No Time to Die.
Wait. Tom Hardy's the new James Bond? Rumored?
Rumored.
Hold on. Okay, that's...
I made myself disappear. What's wrong with Tom Hardy? Well, it's better than Lashana Lynch.
Oh, God. A ham sandwich is better than Lashana Lynch.
You think?
I don't think. It just makes things all confusing.
We'll reset it. Now you can see both of us now a little bit better. You can still kind of see the green screen.
I was that disembodied hand. like thing.
Who are you? Why are you here?
I'm Robb Robot Schlem. I'm here because she said the magic word, James Bond.
Yeah. You're our resident James Bond expert. I am a James Bond appreciator. I liked Casino Royale enough. I've seen some of the older ones so long ago I don't even remember them, and I need to actually refresh on Bond. One thing I do know, though, is that we usually don't get casting rumors until after the movies drop, but because of, the cough lately, might be part of why here. We'll reorganize this a little bit better. Whoop. That's a little bit better. I'm still cut off a little.
No, that's me.
I think what do we look like better? This way or this way? I think this way. I think this is part of why we get these casting rumors, is because it was supposed to be out already. Right about now, the DVD would have been out. So
the DVD, the special edition, the Blu-ray, at this rate, the 10th anniversary edition will be out before we know it.
So, you think Tom Hardy is going to be replacing him, or do you think this is like a testing the water sort of thing, like when they dropped the Robert Pattinson thing about a year early, or?
No, I think it's... Well, first of all, it's way too early. They normally would not promote who the next James Bond is before the current one is done. But this is like, we live in a different time now. Usually the pattern goes, they release the last movie, guy's contract expires, there's about a year, 6 to 8 month, maybe a year layoff. Barbara Broccoli announces a casting search. It's a big deal. Casting. We're looking for the next Bond. And everybody has their favorites. And then there's the announcement and the big reveal. And the big reveal to the press. I remember the last time when Daniel Craig was introduced, he came in on a boat with the Royal Navy on the Thames. So they brought him in. It was a big event. They made a huge event out of it. But honestly, listen, by the time this movie comes out, it's going to be... It might get pushed back.
I think it might get pushed back again, because Wonder Woman just got pushed back recently, and I think Black Widow got pushed back again. They're looking at putting Black Widow directly on Disney Plus. This whole Tom Hardy stuff, I don't know if he would be that bad of a choice, but he's certainly not my first choice.
No, he wouldn't be my first choice. Honestly, Henry Cavill's not even my first choice.
I like Henry Cavill a lot, but...
I wouldn't mind him being Bond.
Yeah.
I wouldn't object. I'm like, hey, okay, we could do worse. But now with Superman, if this is true about Superman, he's going to have his schedule full. So I don't think he's going to be able to commit to it. And the whole thing, they usually, when you sign on for Bond, they want you to do usually 4 or 5 movies. And Tom Hardy, he's 43. That means
He's on the older side
Yeah,
to be
he's
coming
he's a
in.
little old. Yeah, even though Roger Moore was about 44 when he was second in the world. But then again, Roger Moore didn't age for a long time. But
They say get closer to the mic.
yeah. So, but what happened was, like I said, what happens usually is like I said, there's about a year and a half layoff, then the casting search. There won't be a new Bond movie until 2024, 2025, maybe 2023, if the earliest. So by that time, he'll be 46. He'll be right about the age Daniel Craig was during Spectre.
Daniel Craig was too old. He looked like I always call him Ugly Bond. He looked like he was in a few soccer fights. You know, like that's what he reminds me of, like a guy who's like out soccer riots and stuff.
Well, he is closer. He is closer to what Ian Fleming described in the book. Closer, not completely the same, but he's pretty darn close. And I remember when there was that scene with him when he came out of the ocean. I'm like, this guy's a monster. Are you kidding me? He's buffed and yes, oh my. It made a lot of people say, even me say, oh my. So, yeah. But like I said, I don't think this is true until you hear anything from Barbara Broccoli and Michael Wilson.
Yeah, that's
Custodians of the Bond franchise. And the studio will have no say in this. Annapurna and Universal will have no say in this because all they do is they make sure it gets into the theaters. Mm-hmm. Make James Bond black again. He wasn't even black. Peter Dinklage in blackface? Maybe?
That's my theory on Idris Elba because he's good enough, but I don't even see him. He's still like a British TV actor, right? Wasn't he in that? Was Idris Elba the guy in that British BBC TV series about like they only had like a few people left? Wasn't it like a plague or something?
No, he was in. He may have been. I'm not sure.
I'm not even remembering the show.
He was in Luther. He was in Luther as a tough London cop, and he is excellent in Luther.
Okay.
I love him, and I love Idris Elba in Luther. He was also in The Wire on HBO. But at the same time, he said point blank, I don't want to do it because I will be known for all time as the Black Bond. And he said that's not something I want. I didn't want to just be known for that. So I really don't blame him because that's a big, that's a lot of weight on his shoulders,
Well, that's like I can't speak for the racial stuff, but I can say like as a woman, I would not want to be known as the female Bond any more than I would want to be known as the female Doctor on Doctor Who or the female version of Batman or any of these things because that just reduces you just to the gender label. And then you still have to live up to all these other characters that have come before you. So I think swapping these is kind of insensitive and a little bit more Eastern-phobic than just leaving the characters alone because then it just comes off as this empty tokenism, this empty virtue signal. It comes off as this meaningless way just to appease these people who don't like this stuff anyway. They aren't Bond fans anyway. I never disliked Bond. It's just they're not the first movies that I would go and seek out. But I would watch them if they were on, like, what was it, on the afternoons in the 90s. They would play a lot of them.
Oh, they were on TBS all the time.
Yeah, on TBS. I'd watch them.
Oh, man. Yeah, I remember there was one Christmas around 1991 where TBS had the Bond marathon. 7 days of James Bond.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, I remember watching those, and I remember there was nothing ever wrong with those movies. There was no reason for me to go in and say, gee, you know what I need to see? I need to see more women and strong women as Bond. I need to see myself as James Bond. No, I don't. Because you know what? As a woman, I want to see somebody I want to sleep with. But that's just like if they go in and replace them with like a woman, like they keep saying, like with Lashana Lynch, for example. And do you think that this is partly due to sort of quiet people's concerns?
Yeah, it sounds about right. They want to put out maybe a counter narrative. Hey, don't worry, we're still taking this seriously. Yeah. Lashana Lynch isn't gonna be James Bond, but they might do it. Yeah, because they were going all this route of we're gonna change things up, and it's about time for a female James Bond, so they're gonna have Lashana Lynch come in and be this, she's going to be the new 00. It's going to be her number now. And I don't want that. I want, I'm even bisexual. I don't want to sleep with James Bond. I want, you still are attracted to a certain person or you still have a certain type. Men want to be James Bond. Women want to be with James Bond. Even the Bond girls don't want a woman coming in being Bond. And I think this might be part of it where they're like, oh, no, don't worry. We're not going to replace him with Lashana Lynch. We're not going to, if we kill him off, we're not killing him off. We're going to bring in a new one. But one of the things I said, and people always talk about race swapping Bond, doing things with swapping his identity, swapping his gender, swapping his ethnicity. So swapping his ethnicity. That's a better way to put it.
Yeah,
swapping his ethnicity.
Yeah, you just become that ethnicity version of Bond. It's just the same thing with like, okay, now you just have the female Batman or the Black Spider-Man or whatever. That's what you're reduced to. And I know people are gonna get really on my ass because they really love Miles Morales as a character. But when you start doing a lot of, it was just an example. When you have these characters that are just that version, like the woman Doctor Who, Jodie Whittaker is a great example.
She's forever gonna be Dr. Karen.
She's the female Doctor Who.
She's the female Doctor. For everyone clamoring about there wanting to be a black James Bond, we already have a black James Bond. David Chichwadafor, the guy from I can't remember what he was in. I think he played Martin Luther King in the movie Selma.
Okay.
Yeah, he plays James Bond on the BBC radio dramas.
Oh.
Yeah. And he's a cool guy. If there was if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna swap ethnicities with Bond, I'd much rather see him because he's a very good actor.
That's one of the things that I would be watching, like the Kids React channels or teenagers react to James Bond trailers. So they're reacting to, I think they're probably like the spec. Oh, Idris Elba should be James Bond. No, why?
Well, people want Idris Elba to be in everything. Idris Elba's going to be too busy to play James Bond because he's supposed to be Batman, he's supposed to be Green Lantern, and he's supposed to be Jesus. But one of the things about James Bond is for people who keep saying, "Oh well, anybody could." It's why shouldn't there be a James Bond, ethnically swapped James Bond? It's people need to see themselves on screen. Like, no. It's
I don't want to.
It's just
I want to see James Bond on screen.
One of the
I can look at him for reals. I was gonna look at James Bond. Sorry, no offense.
None taken. One of the things I say about James Bond is it is not a pair of pants for anyone to slip on. It is an identifiable character with certain characteristics. It is not. He is not. Oh, but don't you think it should be updated for the modern era? No, I said no because he is a blunt instrument. He is a throwback to the classic '60s spy, where you'd send the guy. There was even.
It should be a period piece. It should be in that time frame because that's where it's like the 60s spy genre. They either need to stop it and do something differently or make them set in that time period because you really can't. I mean, if the times have changed around the genres, don't change the genres. Just make a new genre. Just make a new one or make it in that time period. That's the problem.
Yeah, somebody's correcting me on the name David Chitwood. Yeah, I just call him Dave. So, but somebody said though about the character needs to be updated for the 21st century. I said no, it doesn't, and here's why. Because at its core, James Bond is not a character who is fighting to make the world a better place. He is not trying to do this out of some sort of altruism because it's the right thing to do. He does what he does because it is his job. This is his 9 to 5. He gets up in the morning. He's on top of some beautiful counteragent. He leaves. There's a chase, an exciting chase. He skis off the side of a mountain with a big Union Jack parachute. Then he goes into M's office. Now that you're here, 007, let's get down to business. And then he goes go see 007, yeah, and try to bring it back in one piece this time. And like I said,
it's power fantasy.
It is a male power fantasy. And as our good friend Mara Burnett says, he does what he does because he doesn't know if he's gonna live to see another day. It could be lights out for him at any moment.
And I think that's the biggest issue that people don't understand with the whole James Bond stuff is that they want to come in and they're like, oh, it's fiction, or oh, there's this fan theory, or oh, well, if it needs to be updated because well, I was never a James Bond fan, but people always use that too. It's like, well, then butt out. If you were never a James Bond fan, what makes you think that changing the character to a woman or to whatever is going to make it any better? How is it going to fix this? How is it going to make it any better? You're just going to piss off your existing fan base, and you're going to bring in a new demographic of people who didn't like it in the first place and who are just going to give you oh yay, you're diverse now, how wonderful.
A pity clap. Remember what Jake said a couple nights ago, because Asian Hulk was so much better than the real thing. Because anyway, Jake said it was funnier. But the closest, did you ever see the movie Thunderball?
And happy Sunday. Well, thank you so much.
Well, there's a scene where
for $3 super chat.
There's a scene where he's leaving the spa he's at, and the relaxation spa, and recuperating, and the nurse asks him, "What do you do for a living, Mr. Bond?" He says, "Oh, I'm a licensed troubleshooter." That's it. Tell us what you think, guys.
Yeah, so tell us what you guys think in the comment section below. Is Tom Hardy going to be Bond? Would you want him even if he is? Do you think this is just one of those little puff pieces to distract from things? Do you think this is one of those timed releases where the DVD would have been out by now? And I'm dropping stuff off my desk. It's all right. We will see you guys on the next video, live stream, or wherever. And we're going to go back to the live chat. Don't you guys go anywhere.
We'll do it live.
Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye!